Hi, friend. Welcome to Landscape Elevation. I'm Charlene Gray. Today I'm talking about ways you can screen potential landscape design clients. So first, I'm going to tell you why I suggest screening potential clients. To begin with, the reason for screening clients is to find out as much as you can about them before you get into a design relationship with them. Because you could be in a design relationship with these people for the next number of months or even years, depending on the size of their project that they want to hire you to do. So your goal here is to learn about the potential red flags that clients may have before they become a problem for you and your business. So I have 3 big red flags that I look for, and they are: number 1, people who don't treat others with respect. And this could be toward you, or it could be toward their spouse, or even other contractors. Watching full-grown adults act mean or inconsiderate toward others can really put you in an awkward situation. So we try to steer clear of these types of people. Second big red flag I look for is people who don't pay their bills in a timely manner. Going into a client relationship, you should be able to trust that you will get paid for your time, period. Third red flag I look for is people who are just a plain old PITA, pain in your butt. They take up a disproportionate amount of your time, either by asking questions over and over or by constantly looking over your shoulder. There's also the type that just complain about everything. It's as if nothing can make them happy ever, and those things can be either done by you or by someone else, but you hear the complaints. Either way. So those were the 3 red flags, and why I suggest screening your clients. So basically, you can try to stay away from clients who don't act respectfully toward others. You can stay away from clients who don't pay their bills, and you can stay away from clients who disproportionately take up way too much of your time, either paid or unpaid time. Okay, so now hopefully I've convinced you to screen those potential clients. So here are 3 ways to do it. Number 1, prior to your first meeting with any new client, give them a questionnaire. Basically, a questionnaire is just some type of survey. So even if you aren't screening clients per se, I always suggest asking new clients to complete a questionnaire, because this is where you get a lot of their information. Info about the site and info about their wants and their needs, all that stuff, all boiled down into one place. And it just so happens this is also the perfect place to get a sense of who they are, also what their budget is, and bonus, the perfect place to ask them for references. So that's right. You want them to give you names of other home service companies who they've hired in the past or currently. So these can be builders, architects, other landscapers, house cleaners, pest people, etc. So once you have these references, yes, you will want to call the people they've listed as references. So you introduce yourself, tell them you're calling because they were listed as a reference for so-and-so homeowner, and then you proceed to ask them about how these people are to work with. And trust me, you can gather some good information this way, especially if you happen to personally know the person who is their reference. Okay, so moving on to the second way in which you'll screen new design clients. So you will meet them in person on their property or in your office if that's how you prefer to roll. Either way, you meet them in person. So during these initial site meetings or office meetings, you're doing a lot of listening, and you're particularly interested in noticing 3 things. So how they treat you, how they treat each other, if it's a couple, and how they talk about the work that they've had done to their house or their property in the past. So do they treat you and their spouse or anyone else you see them interact with respect and consideration? When they talk about work they've had done in the past to their house or their property, do they speak with positivity or negativity? And do they talk about the work itself, or do they talk about the people who did it? So depending on the situation, you will hear and notice any number and any type of very telling information about these potential clients. So what do you do with this information? Well, after your meeting, you can reflect. And then the third thing you do is follow your gut. So chances are you're going to come away from that initial meeting with some version of either a yes, that was an amazing, awesome meeting, and I feel awesome, and I feel excited about the prospects of this job, and I'm looking forward to moving forward as a team with these people as clients. Or you're going to exit that meeting with an icky feeling that you may not be able to put exact words to, but this feeling has you wondering, WTF just happened? Are they weird or am I weird? I don't even know. All I know is that was uncomfortable and you couldn't pay me enough to be on a team with those people. So somewhere in between those two extremes, your gut will tell you whether or not that is a job that may be worth pursuing for you. So, of course, there is one big caveat with all of this. The whole screening process and taking note of the red flags. And that caveat is a 5-letter word, and that's money. If you need the money that this job would pay you, well, you may just need to take the job, regardless of what your gut and others have told you. And chances are taking on some red flag clients won't be the end of your world. So by all means, go ahead and take some red flag jobs if you have no other job options on the table and you need the money. Hopefully, you'll get paid doing it and you'll at least come away with some good stories to tell. But if this is you, I sincerely hope for you that there will come a day in your future as a landscape designer when you can 100% say thanks but no thanks to these red flag clients. Those projects are not a good fit for you because you have options. Whether those options boil down to financial flexibility and or you have a list of wannabe clients who are just waiting for a slot in your schedule to open up. So that's all I have for you today. And just to recap, so the 3 ways to screen clients. So your questionnaire that you'll give them prior to your client meeting, your meeting with them in person, and then you're following your gut regarding the in-person meeting and what you've read on their questionnaire. So, thank you so much for watching Landscape Elevation, and if you haven't yet, go ahead and download my Getting Started guide. The link is below, and it's completely free, and I've designed it to help you navigate your landscape design process. And also, I love hearing from folks in the landscape design community. If you're a landscape designer and you have questions or a conversation to start, please share it in the comments. All right, thank you again. Take care and see you next time.